Hurt in a car? Call our sponsor, William Mattar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Mattar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only call William Mattar. 844-444-4444. Welcome back to another episode of the Sabre Report podcast. My name is Jonah.
I'm Christian.
And I'm JP.
We're glad to have you back, Christian. I'm glad that you're back for this one. We got a full crew. And it's a good episode to have a full crew for because it's another one of those days in the season. Like another one of those days. You know, the ones where like last week. Last week, we were talking about a squad that's coming off of 2 losses that weren't too, I guess, weren't the most just motivating to talk about. But, you know, you push through it. It's kind of the sludge. It's just, you know, one of those weeks of the season you got to get through. Today's different. Today is very, very, very different. This is one of the days that you just kind of throw the script away. You throw what you think you were going to say about the team away, and you just cut straight from the hip. Just straight from the top of the brain and just go in on this very, very, very stupid, dumb hockey team.
And I feel like anything we say, it's just going to be repeating exactly what we've been saying the last few years. It's like, fool me once, shame on whatever, fool me twice. We can't get fooled again, you know? It's like, it just...
Did anybody get fooled on Monday this week? Genuinely, did anybody start when Josh Norris came back, scored 3 points, 2 of them being goals, and the team bullied Winnipeg for 60 minutes? Did you start to get a little, well, okay, like maybe here we go. This maybe, hey, you know, this could be it.
I think you'd be lying if
It did look great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like you'd be lying to yourself if you say you didn't feel some of that. But I texted you guys the first 2 minutes of the Flyers game, and I said, "Oh, I know how this game is going to go." And then I texted what I think was good, because what usually happens after a game like that is someone gets hurt. Like you'll see someone come out of the lineup. I mean, we didn't see any of that, but then it just starts to spiral. They'll just start losing games after looking good, and right now it's just more of the same again and again and again and again.
That Flyers game, I still thought they were going to come back when they let in those 3 goals.
They probably should have.
I was looking at the Deservo 1-0-meter like throughout most of the game. They were winning up until like that. Once that 5th goal went in, then we kind of like mailed it in, once that goddamn offsides challenge went through, that's when we mailed it in. Because before then, like, we were winning the deserved 1-0-meter. We were the better team. We just had 1 bad minute, literally 1 bad minute. So I don't know. They played good the first game against Winnipeg. Philadelphia, they were probably the better team throughout the whole night, but, you know, 1 bad minute. And then, yeah, I mean, the other Winnipeg game, don't really need to talk about that much.
1 bad minute, and you just the set of circumstances that just led up to that minute of getting scored on 3 times. Like, I understand how stupid the goaltender interference stuff has been so far, and I get that you probably, considering how it's been called, you can make a case for that being overturned, but it's like, you're just gonna hand him another power play. It's like, we all saw it coming.
I realized in that moment how much Monday's win did kind of get me back onto the train because of how angry I got at that challenge. I could not believe he challenged that. Genuinely.
Me neither.
Genuinely could not believe he challenged that in a 1-1 hockey game in the first period that he challenged something. And I told myself immediately, he's not doing this because he thinks there's goaltender interference. He's doing it because they might call it goaltender interference. And that's exactly what happened in the post game where he's like, well, there's been worse calls made this season. Like, you cannot make calls based upon a coin flip, a 50-50. Like, hey, they might call this. No. Stupid. It's so dumb. And I know the Östlund stuff is not completely on him. That's roster stuff. That's the general manager. But is this maybe the worst week Lindy Ruff has had as a head coach? Taking out, I guess, you could
just by the lines
Monday
that
aside.
were just by the lines that
Monday
were let
aside.
out today. It
Like-
seems like you
like just
the cherry
what happened-
on top.
What happened between Tuesday and today? Is this maybe like the worst 6 days he's had as head coach, where it's just multiple decisions on the ice you just do not understand?
We said last week that he probably doesn't get enough criticism for some of the stuff that he does. Because for that goaltender interference, I honestly didn't see anything. I didn't think there was any
There was
argument
like
for it.
it was like
I thought
people,
it was nothing. Ellis basically got screened. That was literally it. That's
I
what
disagree with him in the post game too, where he was like, "Worse stuff has been called this season." No, there hasn't.
Yeah,
The only thing that was contacted with was Ellis's stick as the puck's going in the net, not before. Like, this was my thing. This was not. Because some people were saying this. Some people were saying that the Benson and Tage Thompson goaltender interference plays from the previous week were worse. No, they weren't. Zach Benson made contact with Frederick Anderson's foot in the crease. Tage Thompson, as soft as the contact was, ran into Devin Cooley in the crease. He literally went straight through. This was nothing like that. I could not believe he made that. That was an emotional challenge. That's a challenge that a rookie head coach makes, not somebody who's been in the league for 30 years. I'm getting angry at it again. I was so irate after it happened because that was the game.
Yeah.
Stupid bounce goes in on that ensuing power play. Then the team completely falls asleep for the rest of the minute, lets in another goal, and boom, you're from behind. You're the worst road team in the NHL, and you're 2 goals in the deficit, in part because the team fell asleep, the other part because the head coach made his worst decision of the season.
After a good start, too. A power play goal to start the game.
Yeah, it was.
And another
then-
power play.
And by the way, after that, you had 5 more power plays that game. And you had, 5 more shots.
Like
It's funny though, the first power play goal was such a nice goal. It's I feel
You know what,
guilty.
though?
Like I didn't want to go in on the power play that night, and I didn't. But holy crap, it was so bad when Bo and Byram took over the quarterback spot from Dahlin in the third. It was some of the worst. They were playing keep away, like they were just trying to pass the entire time. Nothing was being set up.
This is my thought process going forward with this power play, because that was a great play. But that was by Jason Zucker and Josh Doan who made the play. Okay, your other 3 good players are still dog shit on the power play. So I don't care if we score on the power play if it's not one of those 3 guys going forward. I don't care. If Josh Doan or Zucker make a great play, that's awesome. But the other 3 suck, okay? They need to wake up. They need to score some goals because Josh Norris is back, right? They're just doing one-timers with Josh Norris now. It's literally just the other way.
That power play, it was when they were building momentum in the second period, and it was, I think, in the minutes leading up to the Byram goal that made it 4-2. They had a power play. Josh Norris took 3 one-timers. He took 3 on one shift. I don't think any of them hit the net. He was shooting from 1 foot. I've seen him take one-timers in Ottawa. This is not how he did them, dude. I think he's scared to overdo it, and that's a complete other discussion. The point of the matter is he's taking those shots, and it's exactly what I feared the most when he first was put on there in the preseason, going into the regular season, and now that he's back, they're just triangulating shit from the outside again.
And dude, Tage Thompson on the power play, that was the most frustrated I've been with Tage Thompson in such a long time. After all the defending of putting him back to center and all that, which is all great, but dude, he looks like absolute dog shit on the power play. It's terrible. They don't feed him one-timers anymore. I can't remember the last time he took a one-timer on a power play. And
I would say a good one-timer.
He's not good at moving the puck around on the power play. He's not good at setting any plays up. He's not good at anything. I swear I saw him just lose a puck battle. He had the puck on his stick, and I saw someone take it off his stick twice. on the power plays against Philly. It was awful. I wanted him off the ice, and don't even get me started on that third goal, because there have been enough rants about that across like all of Buffalo sports over the past week. That third goal, it wraps up everything you already know about this team. You feel like they just don't have the stuff. They don't got the jam. They're not.
That Philly game was
coasted.
everything wrong. That Philly game was everything wrong with this team. Like, why? Despite the fact this team should be good. Like, that's going to be a big discussion about the on-the-ice stuff. Like, under the hood, the advanced numbers are, like, encouraging for the first time in, like, since this drought did not exist. Genuinely. They are consistently driving play better than the other team on just consecutive nights. And the reason that hasn't translated to wins is in large part because of the goaltending, which we'll get into, but also stuff like the Philly night, where their best players are not their best players. Alex Tuck misses a wide-open clear on the first Philly goal, doesn't get it out, Philly scores seconds later. Lindy Ruff makes the stupidest challenge of the year. It doesn't work, puts his team on another penalty kill, and the puck goes in the next shift. Tage Thompson falls asleep on the third Philly goal, doesn't backcheck. And then Rasmus Dahlin, who, like, as great as he's been playing since he got back, takes an emotional penalty that probably shouldn't have gotten kicked out for. Definitely a penalty. I think, and I was more sympathetic to kicking him out because I didn't think there was any intent there other than to drive Zegras into the boards as hard as possible. Then he gets tossed. Well, it's still a game. Like, it was still 5-2. That 3-goal deficit is not uncomebackable from. You did it in Detroit like 3 weeks ago. And then that was the game. Like, that's it. Your best players, your most important people on the ice and even off the ice did not step up. And it's one of the more frustrating losses of the season. I texted you guys that day. I said, I am mildly excited for the Sabres game tonight. I cannot wait to be frustrated by how it ends. And that's exactly what happened. I don't know if there was a more frustrating game this season.
But isn't that text message just kind of summarizes what?
I mean, it's a blanket
statement. I'm just saying, doesn't it kind of just summarize like what I said at the beginning of the episode with, like, you know what you're getting? It's like I'm reliving the same thing over and over again. When we can make jokes like that about, like, all of Sabres Twitter is making the same jokes too. They're all like, man, I'm actually kind of encouraged, you know, all this stuff. I can't wait to see them lose 5-3 tonight. I can't wait to see them get blown out tonight. Or I can't wait to be on the absolute opposite end of the spectrum after this. It's the same shit every single time.
It's just in the manner we lost. It was like, you got to be kidding me. It's just
I
frustrating.
love Lindy Ruff, but it's like, it's definitely time to go. And the lame duck GM and the lame duck coach thing, it's really real. And it's kind of funny how well orchestrated this is for Terry, because he's got such a veil in front of him. He's got a coach that none of the fans are going to criticize because he's what he's done here in the past. And everyone loves him. All they could do is criticize the assistant coaches, which we've been doing for years, and there hasn't been a change. And a yes-man GM who's going to just deflect all the questions away from him. He doesn't have to do anything. And he thinks everything's good. And that's why you're not going to see any in-season firings this year for us, which you never do.
Not right now. Not while the Bills are still going on. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. I mean, we're all freaking out. Do you think Terry even knows, like, at all what happened today? Just like from a roster day-to-day basis? No, he'll be told in his friggin' like weekly debriefing from Kevin tomorrow morning or
they
some
talk
shit.
every day though.
Well, that is true, but then maybe they didn't get a chance. Terry's a busy man. He's got another team to focus on.
They talk every day.
It's ridiculous.
You think they're just like 3 a.m. phone call? Hey, how's your day today? How's it going?
What time is it there?
How far away are the stars? Just random questions.
What was the game that his daughter was there? It was one of the home games.
Oh, it was the Black Friday game, I think.
It
right?
was because
when they were chanting that they were chanting to sell the team.
Yeah. And
while she was in the building.
Yeah.
And the reason she was at that game, I think it's because she was in town she was running a gala on Saturday.
Yeah, she was with a bunch of her friends. Yeah. Like, I was wondering, like, Is Terry going to be in that suite?
Like,
But
oh
no,
my God,
they would
Jesse,
never
they're
show
chanting your
Terry.
last name. Yeah, no, they're not. No, they're not.
Oh.
No, they're
Yeah.
not. Pagula? No, it's sell the team.
He's never going to sell the team. It's never going to happen. And I know it won't. And there's people out there that don't want him to sell. And that's their opinion. But they're wrong. He should.
Are we sure it's plural? Are we sure it's plural people?
Not doing this.
Plead the fifth.
Okay, what do we want to start with? Do we start with today?
I got one other quick thing in the power play. I just checked, just because I was curious. Our best 3 players on the team, right? Pretty safe to say Dahlin, Tuck, and Thompson, right? We have 15 power play goals this year. They have 4 of those, okay? Any good team in the league, their top guys are scoring like all their goals. I just checked the Oilers. You think about McDavid, Draisaitl, and Bouchard. Out of 24 power play goals, they scored 15 of them.
Genuinely, how many of those are Jason Zucker? It's got to be
5
5
of
or
them.
6.
It's
There you
5.
go. 5.
A third of their goals is Jason Zucker. Like,
That's what. Yeah.
the other top power play unit is Pittsburgh. That's the only other one I checked. Malkin and Crosby have 9 of their 22 goals. Like almost the majority of their goals are scored by the top players because that's what top players do in the power play. But not ours.
Just shows you that
That's
it
why
might not be the right mix. It really might not be. Like your top guys.
I refuse to
your
believe
top-
that. I refuse
your
to
top
believe
guys
that,
are
man.
not producing though.
Look at dude. Dylan Cousins was unbelievably. He was so bad his last 2 years here, or so disappointing, and more importantly, was barely a factor at all on the power play here. He goes to Ottawa. He's a friggin' power play specialist. He only scores goals on the power play there, which I think says a lot about him. But he only scores power play goals there now. He's a part of a team that actually knows how to run one, knows how to use him.
It's crazy how
And that's what
it's
it is.
crazy how
Look,
much
I'm not
runway
saying-
these guys get with the coaching staff, man.
Tage's last power play goal was November 13th, almost a month ago. He should be scoring a power play goal like once a week.
Teams have figured it out.
Genuinely.
Figured him out. All he does is sit in the
power play
rock star
goals,
zone
23rd.
and look for the one timer, and he usually doesn't come to him because they have a guy shadowing.
What?
him.
What are his raw points right now? Like, it's not. He's got like what, 20 and 27 games.
I've had them pulled up. I just took them away.
Like, he's starting to get
22
to
and
the.
28 games.
He's starting to get to the point where like those are not. Those are like barely top line numbers.
Right.
Tuck is 24. He's leading in 28.
Somebody needs to overtake Tuck.
He's getting his money, Jonah.
Please. I don't know. I don't even know how it's possible he's leading the team.
He's
going
gonna get his money.
Like some nights he's great. Other nights like Winnipeg, he's just giving you nothing.
That's the story of this whole team. That's every single top guy on this team. They're ghosts half the time. It's just not. It just doesn't. It doesn't breed a team that's going to take a step in the right direction. It just looks like one that's just going to be spinning their wheels.
I mean, Dahlin only has 1 goal. I mean, he's 17 assists. I'm not even saying he's playing
Yeah,
bad.
Poor
know.
Zach Benson. They
You'd
took his
expect
one
a little
goal away.
more. Yeah.
I saw some
That
Zach Benson.
friggin-
I saw some serious like Zach Benson. Like he needs to start scoring more and like yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, he needs to score goals. I'm not disputing that. This guy's on pace for before Friday night. He was on pace for 65 assists. He's 20. He's 20. He's not even on the first power play unit right now. Of
He's
all
not
the
on any
people to
power
pick
play
on.
unit. He's not on the second either.
Yeah, there you go. And what are we doing?
I
here,
agree.
man?
Like I
Sign me
don't-
up for any criticism of anybody.
I don't actually mean this, but like if Zach Benson is going to almost be a point per game for assist, I don't care if he doesn't score.
He's 20 years old. 20. He can't legally drink yet. 20. Like I will like I said, I will go anywhere with criticism with people. Like we defend Owen Power a lot on here. It's never to say like he's been good this season because he has not. Benson has been good and does not deserve any criticism other than okay, maybe he should start scoring. Like the lack of goal scoring it says a lot about his game in that regard. But No, we'll not go there.
I agree.
Not for a serious conversation.
Especially when his goal taken away was complete bullshit. I'm so sick of this goddamn offside challenge.
He's going to jump into the challenge.
I'm sick of all challenges.
It
Usually
kills the flow of
in other sports, I understand it. Like baseball, I understand it. The umps suck half the time, okay? I get it. I want robo umps in friggin' baseball. If a guy's safe or out at a base, like, it should be correct, okay? NFL, is it a catch? I mean, NFL is so ticky-tack too, but in the NHL, it's like, what are we doing with these goddamn challenges? No one knows what goaltender interference is. Half the time, it's really not that bad. But like both the ones that we can think of this year that went against us were Benson and Tage. The goalie had a chance to save it both times. He just didn't. Like, that's on him. Like that's not. It's not directly on our players. And these goddamn offsides challenges, when it happens 20 seconds before the play, doesn't make a difference at all.
I think that's definitely one of
if he was offsides or offsides.
That's the first
That's
one that
my
needs to
issue.
go.
Like, there should be like a 10 seconds after. If there's any goal scored 10 seconds after an offsides, it doesn't matter because it doesn't affect the goddamn play. Unless it's on the rush where they're skating and they score like 5 seconds after and he's offsides, fine. But he was barely offsides and they call back a play that was 20 or 30 seconds after. It's ridiculous. These challenges in the NHL are completely ruining the game, and calling a timeout to be able to challenge it is also just complete bullshit. It's so dumb. You should have like 10, 15 seconds to challenge something. That's how it is in all sports. You think about in baseball when they're about to challenge something. They have between a pitch, okay? They can't call a timeout. In the NFL, it's the same thing. You have until the next play goes to challenge something. In the NHL, it should be the same goddamn thing. It shouldn't be, oh, let me take a timeout. Give me 45 seconds to actually review it and then challenge it. It's so dumb. The replay system, the challenge system in the NHL friggin' blows. It's so frustrating, and maybe it's just because it feels like the Sabres are on the wrong end of it like almost every single time, and I bet like almost every fan base could say that, but we've gotten screwed so much by this goddamn system. It is
crazy.
Frustrating to watch as a fan.
Except
it
Friday.
Ruins the flow of the game.
It did help us Friday.
No, but this still, like,
I was asleep during that.
I don't even know what happened.
I knew it was something happened, but I was sleeping.
I agree with JP on that. Like, I think if they're going to make a change this offseason, which I know they won't, the offsides one has to be the first to go. Goaltender interference, I guess I can make a little bit more of a case for it, but the refs just have to call it in the moment with the offside stuff.
Well, goaltender interference, like, sometimes, like, in the past, goalies could fight for their position. Now they're friggin' coddled. Like, it's literally like how in the quarterbacks right now, roughing the passer, you can't touch the quarterback. Right now, you can't touch the goalie. How about friggin' fight for your position? It's ridiculous.
I'm waiting for someone
Some of these I understand, okay? The issue is with the NHL challenge system is there were some very bad offenses in the past where you couldn't challenge it. And that's what's led to all these ticky-tack bullshit calls. It all comes back to what? That Ryan O'Reilly offsides call?
No, it was Duchesne.
Oh, Matt Duchesne.
There was one in the playoffs that year. I forget who it was. It was the same year. Like, coaches were just bitching so much. They were like, we should be able to look at this.
It's so frustrating as a fan. It's just ruins the whole flow of the game.
It does. It brings it to a
grinding
halt.
And it takes so goddamn long for them to decide sometimes, too.
I know, they're using cameras from, like, the 1970s half the time.
When it takes that long to challenge, it shouldn't have been challenged.
These offsides ones, it could literally be a millimeter. It doesn't affect anything. But then, he was offsides by a friggin' millimeter.
These idiots don't
so we got to call a goal back.
Like, oh, is that blue or is that white or is that the haze in between it? I can't tell. Why? What are we doing here?
Did Zach Benson have control of the puck? Like, is that
that
seriously going to be a thing? I
didn't even think it was offside.
Now?
I thought like I thought you could argue he had possession, but yeah, like that was such a middle finger to end the night.
That
was,
see,
like
that night,
5 minutes left in the game. Like, could they come back? Maybe, but no, they're also the worst 6-on-5 team in hockey.
Oh,
they weren't coming back. And then
that
just
night, I was pretty tired. Like, I wasn't really that upset about I was upset about the Flyers game, but I didn't have the energy to get upset. But once that friggin' goal got overturned, I flipped shit. That's when I was like,
Blew
God
his
damn it,
stack.
I'm done with challenges. Like, it's so annoying. Taking a goal away from our boy Zach Benson. Like, come on, man. All right, I'm done with my challenge. Right? I
Okay.
said I'd have one.
Well, I mean,
We could get on to the actual important
I was going to say
stuff.
before we get into paper transactions or anything like that, I just want to throw a number out to you guys real quick. 206. Do you know what 206 is?
No.
No.
206 days will bring us to July 1st, 2026. I am starting this countdown because I want to, and I'm fed up because they're not going to fire this guy, but their contracts end on July 1st. We think.
That's when the new
That's
NHL
when the new
season.
NHL
I think
season starts. That's when
Does it
everyone.
not start with the draft, though?
No,
I
it
mean,
starts, it's
I know
someone,
you're right,
someone else
July
out there
1st.
could correct me if I'm wrong. I try to check in with someone who probably knows more than me, and he thinks it's this way too. But 206 days away from a regime change. That's what we're looking at right now because they're not going to fire this guy midseason.
Okay.
Get it out of your
Well-
head right now. It's not happening.
We say a regime change, so the guy who's going to take over is in this regime. So
It's
like,
still a change.
is it really that
there's a new
much?
guy at
Like,
the
it
helm.
is a
There's a new
change.
guy at the helm.
I agree with you. I agree.
He's and hopefully he actually thinks on his feet a little bit and doesn't just look at 3 goalies on the roster. That's not killing the vibe, is it? Let's wait 15 games and let's make
to
a
an
decision.
extent, though, like he can give his input there. Like I don't think we should be absolving Jarmo Kekalainen either. Like,
I agree completely.
any and everybody who's associated with this should be rightfully given their criticism. They are sending down one of their best players from this season to service 3 goaltenders and the worst player on the roster playing on the first line. That's where we're at. So great transition.
What do they see, man? What do they see? What is it? What is it? Because it's not going to. The quote you posted today it's brilliant because the irony is so thick. You could cut it with a knife. With we're going to put the best players out there and put them to give ourselves a chance to win. We don't care who it is. Jordan Greenway on the first line, the load management man. What are we doing?
Lindy said, I listened to like a little bit of Lindy's post-practice presser, and he said something along the lines of like, man, they got to be the biggest line in hockey of Greenway, Thompson, and Tuck. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Unk
not-
doesn't.
Like I
That's not a
fight,
good
I-
thing.
like I fight, I fight the stereotype that Lindy Ruff is like I think a lot of people think that he is in the Tortorella class of being a coach from a distant generation, that he's very old school, and he's not. I know Östlund just got sent down, but look at all the opportunity he had. Look at what Yuri Kulik's done in his time here. Zach Benson's on the first line, or I guess isn't anymore. But then you just hear a quote like that, and you're like, Jesus Christ, you're not doing anything for yourself.
Next GM and coach, Columbus is getting back together. It's going to be Tortorella and Jarmo. Do you think this team would succeed under that guy? This regime, this
I don't know.
iteration.
There are players on this roster that would not succeed.
Oh yeah.
Does
I can tell you
anybody
that.
really succeed on a Tortorella?
The
I
first
think
year they do.
I think Josh Doan would
Yes.
be an unbelievable Tortorella
Yes.
player.
Yes.
Oh my God. That is the one player I would look forward to playing under him. That would be tremendous.
That's the first player that popped into my head too. He's very strong-minded too, and he's got his dad was in the league. He played in that era.
I don't want to give this. I don't want to.
You don't want to give this any runway.
scenario.
You don't want to give it runway.
I
don't
was just
wanna-
going to say, we really can't be entertaining this.
I just thought,
Don't
two Blue
want it
Jackets
to.
guys. I was like, could
I
work,
don't want
alright.
it to. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't want to hire the coach that said he's not suited to coach young players anymore.
Dude, him and Harrington would
second
have
youngest team in the league.
crazy interactions.
Oh my God, any of them, man. He just. Okay. We've kind of been, as we do a lot, jumping topic to topic. Probably should get a little bit more structured, and we'll talk about the news of today. That definitely threw a wrench into what was mostly going to be a conversation about a confusing and frustrating hockey team on the ice. Now the conversation goes to a frustrating and confusing team off the ice. So Noah Östlund was sent to Rochester today. Zach Metza was brought back up because the Sabres went on let me just check my notes here, a 6-game road trip with 6 defensemen. So they needed another body, and they get Metza back on the roster. Noah Östlund is the body going back to Rochester to offset that differential. So, yeah, Noah Östlund is back in Rochester.
I'm just tapping your quote, man.
I'm going to say it. I'm stunned they did it. I'm genuinely stunned. I cannot believe they did it at this point to get a defenseman back on the roster. Say what you want if they needed, with Kesselring coming back, they were going to need to move a body. If Kulik came back, if Danforth came back, if it was injury related and they had to get a body off the roster, I wouldn't have been pleased. I wouldn't have excused it. I would have still said they were cowardly for getting him off the roster, but I would have understood it, or I would have half expected it. The reality is, if everybody on this roster is healthy, meaning Kesselring's back, and more importantly, Kulik and Danforth are back, he's probably getting sent back down. The fact they did it in this fashion, I'm stunned. I am stunned.
Are you,
This
though?
is a guy. He's been centering Josh Doan and Alex Tuck the last 4 or 5 games.
I just feel
When they were winning games over the last few weeks, he was a key part of it at points. They beat the Edmonton Oilers. He had 2 goals, and he was on the 4th line at that point. He's been getting power play 1 reps. I mean, not for the last few weeks, but for it to happen in this fashion, I am a little stunned.
I'm not. I thought that was the move they were going to make from square one when they said that they were looking to get another defenseman back on here for this road trip. I knew that it was the easy out. He was waivers exempt. They sent him down. This is what they did. And I'm not shocked at all. This is how this organization operates. It's backwards. You're not playing your best players on a nightly basis. You're trying to justify certain spendings by playing them in big minute roles. One of the most frustrating things with this team as a whole, going back just to last game, was the time on ice leaders. Krebs was number 1 in time on ice. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Payne Krebs has the 5th most time on ice this season.
And he's
overall.
got no goals. He hasn't scored in 27 games. And he's leading the team in time on ice. And I know I'm getting back off track, going back to Noah Östlund. It seems like it's the move that an organization that would exhibit A, put Peyton Krebs and whoever else out there for the most time on ice when you have guys like Tage Thompson-Tuck not getting as many minutes. It doesn't make any sense to me. But it's how they operate.
I'll play devil's advocate. I think he should be up 100%. His production still really isn't there. He only has 6 points. I'm sure that is their justification. It's not like he's putting up points, but I still think he should be up there. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's the easy way out. You put Noah Östlund on that top line instead of Jordan Greenway, your top 9's actually pretty solid. It's not that crazy. I don't get why.
if
Zach
I
Rosane going there would be even better. I'm still pissed they sent him down as early as they did.
Yep. Dude's got 19 points in 13 games.
It's the justification of shit spending.
JP said the production dropped off. Well, okay, let's go over that. So,
it never dropped off. He just doesn't really have it, to be fair.
It just dropped off. All right, he had a stretch where let me count really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He had 5 points in 7 games. It was starting to pick up. That last game against Edmonton is the last time since Minnesota he's had a point. The Detroit comeback was the last time he played more than 15 minutes in a game. 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes, 12 minutes, 13, 12, 12, 10, 10.
This coaching staff is an abomination.
You can say like, oh, he's not going to get a lot of ice time anyways. He's playing lower in the lineup. I think that's a completely valid argument if Peyton Krebs was not getting the ice time he's been getting. 14-9, 14-12, 12. Like, he played, what? He played 18 minutes against Calgary at home a few weeks back. This is your fourth-line center. He's getting more ice time than Östlund. And I don't think that not a lot of people brought this up, but I love the guy, and I do think he is not deserving of going down. Or honestly, two guys, Josh Dunn and Tyson Kozak. Now Kozak, he goes on waivers. There's a good chance he gets claimed. Josh Dunn, I love the way the guy's playing. I think he's great. That fourth line has been great for them. Why is he not going down before Peyton Krebs? Or not Peyton Krebs, Noah Östlund. Why?
Coach's decision, probably.
No, I'll tell you why. It's because he's the guy tagging in when Jordan Greenway needs 4 days rest between games. That's why. You're laughing. It's true.
No, I know.
It's true.
It's just it's funny to laugh at.
That's why.
It's again.
He's the insurance for Greenway.
You got 2 Jordan Greenways on the roster. I can't believe.
And the real one is worse.
I can't believe it. The absolute. They were able to look into a camera with a straight face and be like, he needs load. Our $4 million player needs load management on a nightly. Put him on IR if he cannot play every night. Just enough with this nonsense.
You can't tell me that, like, given how ticky-tack IR stuff is in all of sports, that you couldn't, lie a little bit and say that and put him on IR. I don't believe that. I feel like you could absolutely make the case to the league. This guy's not physically ready. Can we throw him on IR?
It just makes you roll your eyes. Like,
have him quote unquote fail a physical or some shit. Like I that's the only reason Dunn's on the roster at this point. Even though I would have him as an everyday player, but that's why he's here. He's here because Greenway he might play tomorrow, but I don't know. Is he going to take another rest Tuesday night? Right? Don't they play in Edmonton the next night? You think Greenway's playing back-to-back nights?
Hell no.
He might, but the track record would say no.
If Greenway wasn't being forced to play in the first line right now, I honestly wouldn't really care. Like, if Greenway's on the fourth line, it doesn't bother me, but it's the fact that he's in the top 9.
He's in the top 3 right now.
Well, I know.
He's on the first line.
Like,
you can like the other lines and think they're as good as they can possibly be. Jordan Greenway's on your top line. That is the worst player on your roster right now. They're playing a guy who they have said is not physically ready to play every single game every night.
Well,
that's incredible.
This organization has also played a blind goalie at one point. Does anything surprise you anymore, Jonah? It's different scenarios, but it all leads back to the same shit decision making.
We're just being around the bush. It's all because they can't make a goddamn friggin' decision on the goaltending.
Yeah.
My God. It's just getting ridiculous. None of them are playing good, so who cares who goes? Wave Ellis, I don't care. Like, just make a decision.
When me and JP tweet about it, it's bad.
It's friggin', it's so annoying. Like, I don't get it. It's just a wasted roster
I really
spot.
don't either. And it encapsulates. Jesus, I'm pulling a JP here. Pronunciation encapsulates. It captures. It captures everything.
Encapsulate.
It captures what Kevin Adams is as a general manager. He doesn't make decisions. He doesn't think on his feet. And I bet you in a couple months from now when we hear him at the podium or wherever else, it'll be, we should have did this. I should have done that. I should have did this. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, all this bullshit.
Tony brought up a good point. When's the last time this regime has made an actual decision? On anything that wasn't status quo?
Claiming Ellis. Even though that's not really that big of a deal.
That
but
was
I feel
insurance because the goalie they signed before camp was god awful.
I mean, realistically, it's the Paterka trade, honestly.
Is that not status quo though? Player doesn't want to be here, asking to be traded. Seems pretty status quo to me.
They're pretty experienced with going
Pretty
through those
experienced with
situations.
that, yeah. Handling bad situations, yeah.
No, but that's probably JP's right. Like,
Signing
other than-
Jack Quinn.
probably free agency, or I guess the Byram arbitration case was like the last decision they made. Other than that, nothing.
What do they even do?
What
What do you
what
even
do they do when they go into the office? Like, think about it. You ever been like, I can't say I've ever like worked for a job where like I know I'm leaving at the end of my term, but like, what do you do if you're Kevin Adams going into the office? Like, do you look like the World Juniors are coming up? Are you scouting? Are you really scouting?
You look at the clock. Just run down each minute of the day.
Like they're
You don't do
barely
enough.
talking. They're barely talking to Tuck's agent. I would not be surprised if they've gone like no contact in however many days or weeks. They're not talking to Josh Doan's contract agent, even though they should be all friggin' over that. He's probably been your best player this season.
Zach Benson. You need that boy
He's
needs
third on the
that
team in
boy needs a
points.
contract.
Unreal.
I don't know.
It's I can't believe they are one of the worst teams in the league in goaltending, and they are scared to make a decision about their goaltenders. And I would also like to say, they're refusing to play the one good goalie I actually think they have.
Bro is not.
Isn't that
he's just not
that's
playing.
the kicker? Like, Alex Lyon he's not playing tomorrow. It seems like Luukkonen had the net at practice today. Maybe he gets Edmonton, and even then, like second half of a back-to-back versus Connor McDavid, that's gonna go well. So other than that, they're gonna feed him to Edmonton and New Jersey, and if he doesn't play against Edmonton, he's had one full game since what, like November 6th?
It's
Was
insane.
the last time he played.
That is nuts.
Lions' last full game was against Carolina, November 8th. That's the last time he played 3 full periods.
Dude, they got to make a
We're
decision.
going on a month. We're going on a month. And I just cannot believe he is the one that's kind of getting shafted the most out of all 3 goalies.
The one who started off super hot for the first like 10 games of the season, and then they were like, "Yeah, he needs some rest."
Yeah,
Not
he had
a
2
month
bad starts.
off.
He had 2 bad starts. He was horrible when they lost in overtime against Boston, and he was pretty bad against Carolina as well. And then, he let in 2 goals on 3 shots versus Colorado.
And then
But-
he let up 5 against New Jersey.
But like New Jersey, he went 2 weeks between starts. I can't even blame him. I can't.
I agree.
He was so good for them for that. I mean, how many of the first 10 or so games?
Started
He played the first 6 games.
and then he
7 of
played
8.
Yeah.
10 of 12. 13 of 15.
14 of 16.
I
17.
mean, how many games? Like, I don't know. I mean, this is. We always say goaltending is voodoo because it is, and you never know what you're going to get. But Alex Lyon has posted positive goals saved above expected for the past 4 seasons. Consistency is hard to find in a goaltender, and they found one, and he was giving you that, on a broader scale. He was dipping a little bit, and you've refused to play him. I think I've seen enough of Colton Ellis to where like I can't justify keeping him on the roster.
I mean, he'll definitely get claimed back by the Blues if you send him through waivers. But at this point, I don't care.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, whatever. Okay,
Yeah, I don't.
like okay.
It is what it
He
is.
wasn't.
Past it, too.
He had good starts. He had bad starts. He is a goalie. I think on the season he's basically break even. Like he is. Okay, he is a guy. All right, and I'm not advocating like if you said who was better right now, Luukkonen or Ellis, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I know that
Shit
Luukkonen's
sandwich
a
or
lot
shit
harder.
sandwich.
Luukkonen's a lot harder to get rid of because they're not waiving him, and if they're trading him, that's going to take time. And it doesn't even sound like they. And this is just the. It's also spineless on so many levels because you know why they haven't done. You know why they haven't gotten rid of any of the goalies yet. One of the goalies they just signed to a multi-year deal. Another goalie they gave a 5-year deal 2 years ago. And the other one they claimed and really like and don't want to give back.
And have to pay for his housing.
I didn't
You
even
and that
know
damn
was a
housing
thing.
ticket.
Yeah, I didn't even know what that was. I thought players paid for their own housing.
It was the first time I've heard of it, but
Yeah.
we know how goddamn cheap Terry Pegula is, so
Yeah, there's that too. I mean,
plays a factor.
I think I've rolled my eyes more.
I mean, my immediate read is like they're going to do something with Lyon, which I just think would be dumb.
It'd be
because
stupid.
he is, I think,
It'd
the
be
best
so
goalie.
stupid.
I just think the easiest thing to do is just waive Ellis. It's so easy. I would do like I'm sorry you have to pay for his housing ticket. I'm sorry that he got nice and settled. That's on you. You did not clear a spot for him. That's what it is. I'm not opposed to having him as the backup goaltender, but you have 3, one of which makes $4.75 million a year and is going to be difficult to move, and the other of which is the best of the 3.
Whatever they do, it's going to be something we all hate. And by that, I mean I feel like Lyon
I think they're just going to waive
out.
Ellis. I genuinely think that we're just delaying the inevitable here. Unless one of them gets hurt. Like, how does this not end with waiving Ellis?
I know.
I thought they were going to waive him Thursday. After the game against Philly, I was like, they're just going to waive him. Like, they're just going to take the easy way out, and it might even be the best decision. Like, I don't know, Kevin Adams. Just make a goddamn decision. It's friggin' embarrassing. This is a conversation almost every year with you having 3 or more goalies on your friggin' roster.
It's also...
And how many times has he said it's not ideal? He's probably said that on the radio 5 different times. Like, grow a friggin' spine and actually, use your words and act upon what you say to the media. Because you don't. You don't. You say something just because everybody else is thinking it. But if you don't do anything about it, it doesn't mean anything if you just say it.
He's all bark, no bite, and he'll apologize at the end of the year for it all. I should have did this, should have did that, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Title that the episode, because that's what Kevin Adams is every single year. It's always I should have did this, and I could have made a decision here, but it takes 2 to tango. Just figure it out, dude. No one wants to hear your excuses at this point. Just look us in the face and just be like I didn't do my job. I sucked, and I'm not gonna make.
He did kind of say that last year.
Or just look me dead in the eyes and say, I'm not fit to be in this role. I'm not cut out for this.
He did kind of say that. What was the one viral clip of him? It was the interview like after the trade deadline, and they were like, "What do you think you need to improve upon?" or something along those lines. And he's just like, everything.
Yeah. Shocker. The Harbor Center rink manager couldn't make it as a GM, and he got 5 years to do it. And he's still here. Day 205 is tomorrow, everyone.
The most frustrating thing
God,
about this
I
to
smell
me,
a Twitter account being born out of this.
I hope.
Oh, jeez.
It'd probably be easy. Someone just make a
I'm
bot.
talking about you. I'm saying you're going to do that.
I got to figure out how to make a bot. Just be like, all it's got to do is count down.
The most frustrating thing about this 3 goalie tandem is that Kevin Adams has not learned from the past. This has been a conversation from 2 other years. It's been a conversation, and he hasn't learned. I don't get it. I tried.
Even then, he had training wheels on because he'd had Levi, he could just snap his fingers and he'd go back to the AHL. Or Luukkonen's rookie season, same thing.
Yep, he did it with
he would
UPL too.
He would paper transact Luukkonen.
Yep.
Now he's terrified. Terrified of losing one of them for nothing.
Mm-hmm. I tried doing some research today on the past 4 years. It's not the transaction wires aren't exactly always the best, but I'm pretty confident in most of these numbers. All right. This year, it's been 21 games, okay? It's been 21 games with 3 goalies. A quarter of your season, you've basically wasted an entire roster spot. Last year, it was basically nothing. It was only 5 games. They did call Levi up twice to start a game, but it was basically nothing. Then the year before that, 34 games, they had 3 goalies. If my math is correctly. Because if you remember, Comrie only played 3 of the last 39 games.
You remember that?
He was on the roster.
That season was dead. In retrospect, why are you playing Luukkonen so much? You guys, like, he had a contract coming up that season. Poor Eric Comrie hadn't played in like a full month.
They did him really dirty. They had him on the roster, but he only played 3 of the last 39 games.
And because that's when they were
God.
starting Levi.
Yeah, they were throwing him in there too.
They called him up and down a few times. It wasn't as much down the stretch just because UPL was literally playing like 9 out of 10 games. But I think at least 3 or 4 times they called up Levi for a game.
Dude, poor Eric Comrie, man. Like my dad calls him Eric from accounting. They probably had him working an accounting job just on the side because he just wasn't playing.
He got screwed that year. So if I was going to draw the comparison earlier, if they're going to screw Lyon again, it'd be the second time they would screw one of their backup goalies, quote unquote, with Comrie and Lyon. But then the 22-23 season, this one's just hilarious. But it's not. I don't even want to say it's as bad because after the trade deadline you can hold more players on the roster.
Yeah.
So, but still, 22-23, they had 28 games with 3 goalies. That was with UPL, Anderson, and Comrie. And then once Levi got called up, that was another 15 games. So 43 games of that season, they had 3 or more goalies on the roster.
Half the season.
The last 43 games.
Like,
and once
screw it,
again,
this'll work.
that was their downfall. Their goaltending sucked. This drought would be over if they didn't do that. Well, I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but like 3 goalies. You didn't make a move with any of them. And by the end of the season, you had 4 freaking guys on the roster.
Mm-hmm. So out of these last 4 seasons, that's 103 out of 274 games. That's 37.5% of your games. You've had 3 or more goalies on your roster.
That is over a full season.
What are we doing?
It's over a full season.
What are we doing? And that
take a bow. First of all, take a bow. Take a bow, JP. Great stuff.
Yeah, thank you. It actually was a pain in the ass to try and find some of this stuff on Puckpedia.
All right, take a bow. I didn't say take a victory lap.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, for whatever reason, some of the websites were different, but that doesn't count when the entire time you obviously have Levi down there, and there were times where they called him up and down, and I did count those as like games, but like at this whole time you've had another goalie in your back pocket, so like. You could argue like this year we've had 4 goalies like on the roster basically. Like it's just I don't know.
Wouldn't it be so
it's
funny?
Just unbelievable.
Wouldn't it be
how
so
many times it's happened?
Unbelievably funny if they gave Levi a start just somehow.
Bench all 3 goalies. He all 3 of you are ass. We're bringing this guy up.
In Edmonton on Tuesday, they bring him up. They send like Benson down or something just to like. As using as their last waiver ineligible guy.
I wouldn't even be too upset about it. You know why? Because all our goalies are ass. I don't even care.
I don't know, that'd be pretty bad for me.
I just want.
Point being,
I know what you're saying.
I
know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Just want one guy who can make a friggin' save, man. Because it has ruined this team this year. Absolutely ruined them.
So we're to the point where I'll go back to the date that I always reference, like when the rotation kind of started in. I guess I probably could go back a few more days. So November 6th, which was when St. Louis was in town, and they lost. They, as in the Buffalo Sabres, have had the 4th worst save percentage in hockey. 878. And if you want to keep going a little bit, just to when Ellis started getting more and more starts, so November 15th, that was the Detroit comeback, they have had the third worst at 880.
Unbelievable. A team
nearly a month here.
A team that when Dahlin came back, they have the number 1 expected goals for percentage in the league.
The JFresh charts this week were hilarious. Like, we're towards the top of the league in expected goals for, but then
and league average, they're a league average
defense.
In defense. I don't think there's some amazing defensive team.
No.
But this feels different. I can't say there's too many games where they're just oh my god, what are they doing? They look like they have the deer in headlights look. No. I mean, they still play high event. Their goalies still have to make a lot of saves, a lot of breakaways here and there, but it's better. And for this to still have a drop off like this is just,
it's disheartening.
It's disheartening, and like JP said, it's very funny just to see the numbers on everything.
The numbers, man. What do they mean? What do they even mean anymore?
Well, here's
our, what was it? The goals for %. That was what's so bad against us. Goals saved above expected. We're 24th in the league.
Charts, yeah, that tracks.
If you take out October, I just wonder what that is.
You saw the Blues.
Expected
oh my
goal
god,
share 9.
They're on another planet. They're I think Detroit
they're 10 goals clear of the next
Detroit
team.
is okay. So I think the 30th ranked team is around -4 or 5, and Detroit's -10. St. Louis is -20. What is going on? Jordan Binnington that's Canada's starting goalie. What is going on in St. Louis?
Yeah, this could be our year.
Please.
Well, the other one chart that we basically haven't really specifically mentioned, our goals scored above expected, we're 28th in the league. Finishing has also been an issue.
No, it has been.
At the end of the day, the puck's got to go in the net.
To build off, but
yeah. No, I think I've defended him. Zach Benson needs to start scoring. Rasmus Dahlin has 1 goal. Tage Thompson is starting to get to the point where he's really underproducing. If Alex Tuck could hit the net on a nightly basis, that would help. But he's leading the team in points, so can't get too mad there. But listen, we had our suspicions when the season started that over the years you've taken out a lot of shooting talent from the team. Peterka, probably the biggest of all, gone. Victor Olofsson and Casey Middlestat over the years were 2 guys that did that a lot. Jeff Skinner, obviously. It's a different team. And they do scream a roster that is going to shoot under expected and have trouble doing that. To this level, no. I mean, they are quite... What are they at? How many goals under expected are they?
It was 15.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot. There's not... Tampa's right there with them, but usually you're not going to find many good teams right there.
I just feel like if a team has Tage Thompson, you probably should not be scoring that much below expected. He should be someone who should be scoring 10 goals above expected every year with the shot.
True. But it's just one guy at the end of the day. You got to have more than just one good finisher on your team. Because you look up and down the roster, it's there's really not a finisher on this team. Tage is
supposed to listen. One of their finishers is supposed to be their... Well, I guess he's not the first line center anymore, but it's supposed to be Josh Norris. I know he had 2 goals when he came back, so it's not
he's 2 goals in 4 games. He has 5. He's over a point per game. He is. He has 5 points in 4 games.
I suppose, but
I'm not. Let's not make this into
no. I'm not getting there yet. But he is a guy that if the team is going to play him as a top 6 forward and most importantly a first line center on nights, I'm going to treat him as such.
Yeah.
Also, a big part of that, Kulik would be a pretty positive finisher.
True.
Yeah. I hope he's doing okay.
He should be.
I don't even know what a recovery for that looks like.
No, he hasn't even started skating yet.
I don't blame him, yeah.
I wanted to jump back to the goaltending because this was something I wanted to bring up because I was just curious. How many? I'm going to take out numbers from this. Well, no, I'll throw the numbers in there. How many seasons since he joined the staff in 2019, 2020, do you think Mike Bales has produced a positive goaltending, goals saved above expected season?
I feel like you've
So
said
there
this
have
before.
been. So I don't think I've ever done this. There have been 28 goaltending seasons. Now some of them are like, 4 games from Malcolm Subban's on here, 2 games from Michael Hauser. I'm just going to throw the whole sum in there. Out of 28 goaltending seasons, how many of them were positive? How many of them were above expected?
For including all of them, I'll say like 2 or 3.
I'm going to say 3.
Okay,
It's
you guys
definitely
are a lot. It's actually it's not completely off base because the answer currently is 8. But one of which is Colton Ellis, who's played 7 games, Michael Hauser, who played 2 games, Devin Levi, his rookie season where he played 7 games, and then another is Alex Lyon, who's at 13 games. So if you put in goaltenders that have played 20 games, you know what? I'll do that right now. Just
Get a little sample size going here.
goaltenders that have played at least 1,000 minutes. Well, actually, no, not that many minutes. 1 sec. Let me see here.
Well, no, 1,000 minutes is probably like 14 games, right?
I don't know. It's all wonky, and you get the idea. 4 goalies who have played more than 20 games have been positive. That's it. Luukkonen, his big season. Craig Anderson in 22-23.
King.
James Reimer last year, and then Devin Levi in 23-24.
Optimus Ryan.
That's it. That is it. Those are the 4 goalies who have given you big sample sizes that have finished, quote unquote, finished their seasons, even though 3 of them are in the 20s. Backup goaltender quality, or in terms of workload. That's it. God, going through some of these goaltending seasons is just, wow. Who do you think was the worst?
The worst?
The worst. The absolute worst.
Jonas Johansson.
Since 2019.
Not Jonas Johansson, surprisingly. He's more in the middle.
Is this a newer guy
Carter
or an
Hutton.
older guy?
It is Carter. It is Carter.
Oh.
Carter
okay.
Hutton's
Which season?
3-game campaign. Did he
No.
only have a few games
No,
left?
that was
Was
no,
it
no.
was it like the
Oh, no, that was his last
786
season
save
ever.
percentage or whatever it was?
No, see those you're referencing his little pit stop in Arizona before
Yeah,
he called it
he only
quits.
played 3 games there.
But his was what 766.
It was like
It was
something
741.
741.
In 21-22.
41.
It had to
Carter
be the
Hut-
season before then. 20,
Carter-
2021.
No, it was his second season. Carter Hutton in the 2019-2020 season, minus 13 goals saved above expected in 30 games.
I don't think the eye surgery helped them.
27th, Dustin Tokarski in 21-22.
Oh man, blast from the past.
Then the next 2 are Luukkonen seasons, 22-23 and then 24-25.
Oh, the guy that's still on the roster?
That we
That
extended.
we extended?
Yep, him. Comrie's first season, Anderson's first season, Hutton in the COVID bubble, Aaron Dell, Levi last year. God.
Aaron Dell. We've had some real rock stars backstop this team.
The goaltending coach position is probably one that could use a bit of a reset, I would say.
I think you could say the whole coaching staff could use
There it
reset.
is. That's what I wanted to hear.
I don't try to imply I was not in saying that, but yeah, this is pretty rough track record.
Also, when you have like, it just never made sense to me how after Kruger got fired, those guys kept their jobs. I'm like, why are you letting them hang around?
They're doing that now, man.
I know,
They're doing that now.
doesn't make
Cornell
sense.
got fired. His assistants are still here.
Like, what the hell?
One of them sitting in the press box with the owner.
What does he do?
What does Matt Ellis do on a daily basis?
He calls the challenges. It's like, close enough. Lindy, challenge that shit.
Yeah, I think the video team could maybe also use a reset.
The whole organization needs a reset. The ownership, the GM, and all the coaches.
In conclusion, make a goddamn decision on your goaltender.
Please.
Jesus Christ, Kevin Adams.
Yeah, don't. This was gonna be. It's just gonna be like an injury that like solves all their issues. Somebody's gonna get hurt, and it's just gonna.
Maybe that's what he's waiting for. Just someone to tweak their hammy.
He's waiting for someone to blow their
on
knee
IR.
out.
Jesus Christ. That's why he's playing. Nah, I don't want to say that. That's why they're playing Greenway on the top line. They're hoping he'll take more hits.
They're like,
All
they're like,
That's terrible. I know. I'm not advocating for that. That'd be terrible.
Can I have a take? If Zach Metz is just going to be called up to sit on the bench for 4 games, what's the point of calling him up? Or not even on the bench in the press box?
No, because he's probably going to
have
play.
to-
He's probably going to play. That's why. How many teams in the NHL would go on a 6-game road trip and not change out their defensive core once?
yeah, he's gonna go in for.
I don't think the
Bryson.
Colorado Avalanche would do that.
Guess that's fair.
I know what you're
I'm
saying.
just
I know what you're saying.
If he's going to be in the press box, who cares? Like, even if someone gets hurt, like, God forbid, if someone gets hurt, then just friggin' fly him up that day. Who cares? Like, he's going to play 5 minutes. Like, I really don't care. Like, I think there's no...
Are you saying there's no
get
plan?
why we're-
No plan?
Well, there's definitely not a plan. I'm just saying if it's for 4 more games, you can fly someone out the day of if you have an injury. If you're forced to send down...
That's probably not the best
one
plan.
of your
though.
better
that might be
players.
worse.
I don't know.
Fly somebody to the other side of the continent to play that night.
Whatever. Play in
Fly out-
5 minutes.
Fly Levi out, and he just like gets
Just seeing
shelled.
stars as soon as he steps
Yeah,
on the
Gets
ice.
shelled, and he's like, "All right, back to Rochester, buddy."
Gets to the Colorado altitude and just collapses on the ice.
God.
Whatever. Play in 5 minutes. I don't care. I just sending Östlund down over this. I think is really dumb for Meta just to sit in the
No,
press box.
I agree. It's not.
Yeah.
If it's not injury related. Well, speaking of injuries, if you're hurt in a car, you can call our sponsor, William Matar. 844-444-4444. With a focus on motor vehicle accidents, the team at William Matar has handled thousands of cases like yours. Let them help you get the money you deserve after a motor vehicle accident. Rideshare, truck, motorcycle, car, only. Call William Matar. 844-444-4444. All right, what haven't we gone after?
Can we dunk on Lindy some more? These friggin' D pairs. Like, my God, dude. Byram and Timmins blow together.
It's pretty bad to watch.
And
I like Connor Timmins, but it's bad to watch. They don't feed. Connor Timmins can't. And I'm not saying Connor Timmins is like the perfect hockey player because he doesn't really have much of an offensive bone to his game. But
there's only one of those.
yeah, Bo and Byram, like he's all offense, no defense, and you got to be able to like make up for that. Connor Timmins, he's just not that caliber of defenseman, and it just doesn't work at all.
He's a sixth.
Yeah, he's a
guy,
sixth
which is
defenseman.
fine.
Yeah, which is completely fine. But you know, when you're out there, fighting for your life because your defenseman decided to pinch for a minute and a half,
Or he's up at the point instead of
Right.
covering a guy in front of the net for one of the goals. Break it up, my God.
yeah, the Kessel ring being hurt twice is really, it's really starting to show.
That's like literally the worst pair in the league right now. It's got to be pretty close to it at the very least.
Let me actually
It's
take a
brutal.
look at some of the expected goals for D pairs.
Yeah, I wanted to shout out some numbers. Chad Dieteminis has had this earlier. I'll preface this with this. This team still sucks on the road. It's very bad. And there's been a lot of
Really?
discourse about, why that is. And I think recently these two might be a big part of that. when you go into opposing buildings, they can line match. And I did think to myself the other night in Winnipeg, I'm like, Kyle Connor seems to be going out against Bowen Byram and Connor Timmins a lot here. These are some of the numbers for them on the road. They have a 4.86 goals against per 60. That's the second worst in the NHL for pairs that have played 75 minutes. And they have a 3.40 expected goals against per 60. Fourth worst. They have 93 minutes on the road together. If you want to look at the other two pairs in that stretch, Dahlin and Samuelson, 2.25 goals against per 60, 1.67 expected goals against per 60. And then, dude, Jacob Bryson and Owen Power's numbers have been pretty incredible on the road this season. The expected numbers at least, a .73 expected goals against per 60. I'm going to say that again. A 0.73 expected goals against per 60. Their actual goals against, 4.76.
They're getting no saves.
They are
out
getting
there.
0 saves. 0.742 PDO. I want to remind you, a PDO, that's save percentage and shooting percentage combined. You're adding numbers there. They have a .742 PDO. That's an unplayable save percentage.
It's unbelievable. I was just looking through some of the expected goals against for defensive pairings, and it doesn't really take out sample size of minutes. But Byram and Timmins are towards the bottom. But the worst pair in the league with expected 20 goals against is Bouchard and Ekholm. It's bad.
That's funny.
Surprise.
I also want to tell you, I want to ask you whether or not this is usually a good sign. Bowen Byram has been on the ice for the most even strength goals against, second most even strength goals against in the NHL.
I don't know.
Is that good?
JP, could you answer that? I don't know.
Owen Power has to have more, right? With all the discourse around him?
No. Tage Thompson's 30 is about on the ice for 32. That's fourth worst in the NHL.
I was being sarcastic, by the way. That wasn't picked up.
Well, he does have a lot of like goals against. You would expect him to be somewhere on here, but no. Bowen Byram is tied with Connor McDavid of all people, Cam Fowler. The only player that has been on the ice for more goals is Mackenzie Weegar. And he plays for Calgary, so checks out.
Jeez. Just incredibly disheartening numbers. It's like this team should be so much better than they actually are.
Those two have been together for so long now. Like, those two got put together, what? It was probably the Detroit comeback, right? Because that's when Power and Kesselring got thrown together. So it's been 3-4 weeks now.
Of just ass.
It's been bad. It's been bad. It's been very, very bad. And it's part of the reason this team cannot win on the road, and that is a big part.
Yeah, I haven't thought of the matchup thing, but it's actually something that actually makes sense on why we might not be playing good. Other than before bringing up, maybe it's matchups. I don't even know why we're so bad on the road. Other than I know we're not getting saves on the road. I know that, but I don't know why. They're just playing bad. Why are they playing bad on the road? But matchups.
Hockey's a weird game sometimes, man. Sometimes there's just really not a clear-cut answer. There's just no performance. Oh well.
3 games in for Josh Norris. How are we feeling?
I'm happy with his play. I think we'll get a better understanding of what kind of a player he is now that we've moved Thompson back to center and he's playing on the second line centers where I think he should be playing in the lineup. I'm excited to see that, but he's been, like JP said, he's been over point per game. I really can't be that upset at the moment. He hasn't been an issue.
Yeah.
He hasn't been one of the issues that needs to be addressed at the moment, like the goaltending.
And theoretically, I mean, the two things we are having some issues with is finishing. Hopefully, you can help with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the narratives around this team for years now is defense, and he's supposed to be a two-way forward. So hopefully he can convert that into a larger sample size. But, I mean, it was great the first game. The second two, I mean, he was, I guess, just all right. But, I mean, that top line was just bad with Tage, Norris, and Benson the last two games. So thank God they broke it up. But, well, what was the friggin' logic behind putting Tage back to the wing after he said he plays better at center, after he had a 6-game goal streak at center? What was the friggin' logic, Lindy?
It's
Makes no sense.
Nah, it's like I know you're feeling comfortable right now. We're not doing this. You're going back to wing, buddy.
He said in one of his interviews, and I don't know if this is true or not. I have a feeling it's not true, and it's just their internal models are telling them this. But that his numbers analytically are better on the wing than center.
It's not passing the eye
maybe
test.
last year because he was good last year on the wing, I guess. But this year, there's no way. There's no way his numbers are better on the wing.
He's looked awful on the wing. He's just looked out of place.
He just looks very ordinary.
Yeah.
Tage Thompson should not be a player that you're watching and ever be like, this is very ordinary. Should be the opposite.
Yep.
That is why he's Tage Thompson. And anytime he's on the wing, the fun
Goes away.
just it's not fun.
You
to
want
watch.
that
It's not.
as a center, you got to be involved in everything that's going on the ice, and that's what I want to see. Every time I see the puck, I want to see Tage Thompson close to it or having the puck. I don't need him on the far weak side wing, standing on the boards with his thumb up his ass, waiting for the puck, or running into Jack Quinn, who's also standing still on the boards. This is the guy. This guy needs to be the heart of a line because he could carry a line.
Can he carry Jordan Greenway?
Oh dear Jesus. We will see. If he can, double his salary.
Can you carry a boat anchor planted 20 feet into the ground? We're about to find out.
Yeah, could you carry a boat anchor that's been cemented to the ground?
That Norris line, though, he's getting all the help he can possibly get. He's got Benson and Doan on his wings. Like that. If that combo doesn't work or he looks very pedestrian, then yeah, I don't know. That might be an issue because Doan and Benson, I don't think they've played together at all. Like those two should absolutely feast together.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very happy for Norris that the first Winnipeg game happened.
Mm-hmm.
Got the monkey off the back, played great. It was very cool to see. I myself, I had to eat some crow.
Jonah texted in our chat, by the way. He said, "Why do I even watch sports? I'm always wrong."
I think he tweeted that.
I did tweet that. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I had Senators fans dunking on me, going, "You idiot."
Deservedly
Sorry.
so. Deservedly so.
This is what I do. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Because
He's preying on his downfall. We'll see.
I'm
about
not.
that.
I'm not. Listen, I get it. I get it. Saying that he's maybe what did I say? The fourth best.
Yeah,
Saying he's the fourth best center is I get it. I get why that sounds edgy. I'm trying to be clickbaity. It's really the only one still in my mind up for contention is that he's worse or that he's better than Östlund.
Well, I agree.
Krebs.
But is he better than Tage Thompson?
No.
No.
Is he better than a healthy Yuri Kulik?
Well, see, that one I might say.
That one I could debate you on a little bit.
That one I think I would say yes.
Yeah.
He's not better than McLeod, though. That's the name I thought you were going to mention.
Well,
McLeod and Tage are better. So I would say he's the third.
Did you not
best.
mention
I
Krebs or
think that's-
Kozak, Jonah? What about those guys?
No, I didn't. And I'm sorry, if you're going off of last season, I would say Kulik is better. But listen, this is not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that he was good against Winnipeg. He was. I thought he was okay against Philly, and I thought he was one of their worst players against Winnipeg. In Winnipeg. Which
I mean, that whole
which is
line
fine.
is just brutal.
The whole line was brutal, but he's the first line center. Like, I'm not, like, I know, listen, I know I'm much more critical of him, and he's barely even, he hasn't even played 10 games for the team. But if you're going to bring him in, play him on the top line, move Tage Thompson off of center for him, and, play him on the top power play unit the second he gets back, you better be playing up to it, like, damn near every game. And in Philly, he didn't, and in Winnipeg, he didn't. Now I can come at this from a much more rational angle. If he's your second line center, cool. That's what he should have been doing from the start. What were we thinking here with him playing first line center? Genuinely. He has been a first line center for, you could maybe argue, never in his career. Like, genuinely. The season he scored 35 goals. 16 of them were on the power play.
Just so much wishful thinking with the decision making.
You're just setting him up for failure.
Yeah.
You're setting him up for, like, I don't want to go after him like this. But if he's in a second line center role, like I'm going to be way less critical because the standards go down and your team was made better. That was the crux of it. Like, you moved Tage off of center. How dumb are you? What, to look at a line that looked good in preseason? Really? Really? That's what we're doing.
I think it's still crazy that from one practice they had these lines together that actually looked very good.
He was going to be their 3C.
Yeah, and they've never used them. Like,
not once. Not even in the third period against Winnipeg or Philly.
Yeah.
Dumb. Very, very dumb.
That's how you spell Sabres. D-U-M-B.
Now I was looking forward, at least I was happy. That power play goal, the Zucker won at home, where Norris picked up his first assist. That was the type of play that, like, for a second I thought maybe, just maybe, they have their answer at the right flank, because that was a play that it was from a guy who has experience playing in that position. Waiting out the Winnipeg defender who went sliding across to block a shot, looking for Josh Doan backdoor, and then, threading that needle and helping set up a Zucker power play tapping. It looked good. But then the last two games, the power plays looked god-awful. Like, terrible. Like, it is my worst fears come to reality. It has not looked good at all. And how they use him is very, very scary, where it's just feeding him for one-timers.
It's like he got hurt on a face-off, and you want him to wind up
and
and
I think
take
it's
a
worse.
one-timer?
It's funny, because I've always really thought this. Like, I remember watching at the World Juniors in 2018, Rasmus Dahlin setting up Pettersson. He loved the no-look pass to his right. He loved that pass. It's like, as much as he's had an easy time setting up Tage Thompson throughout his career, like, I still think that pass to his right has always been his more preferred pass. Think about all the times Olofsson scored from there. So it scares me. When I saw that one power play with Josh Norris, I'm like, oh, God, I'm going to see a lot of this moving forward. So, hopefully I'm wrong, but of all the things to have confidence in, I think maybe, just maybe, the power play is at the bottom. All right. Anything else on a team basis?
Talked about this team more than I really wanted to.
We do this on a weekly basis. Well, in my case, I guess it's been bi-weekly for a little bit, but
this is a good time to bring up Isaac Roseanne has 18 points in 12.
dude, he's absolutely cooking, and he'd be amazing.
He's 19 and 13.
He'd be
19
amazing
and 13
on that
games.
first line, replacing Greenway. I would be
Like,
so
I don't think,
excited
like,
for next game.
Like, first, like, the point totals are funny because I think it does spell like is he dominating in the AHL? I don't think the answer is yes. A lot of those points still power play points. Even in the NHL, he was shooting 15% before he went down. But it is just very funny that that's just sitting in the AHL and they're willingly choosing to put Jordan Greenway on their top line. Because
They pay him a lot
you
of
sub
money,
out
man.
Greenway for Roseanne there, the lineup kind of falls into place. Like it's maybe their best constructed lineup of the season.
They pay
Aside from the
they pay
defense.
Greenway $4 million, Jonah. They can't justify bringing.
That's
up
what it is.
Roseanne.
That is what it is. That is it to a T.
See,
If you follow the paper trail, you will find a lot of answers. Oh, why was Josh Norris put on the top line as soon as he got back? Wonder why. Why is Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen still being given? I mean, at this point, he's kind of being given the starter's load. Wonder why.
Because they paid him.
once again, my issue isn't that Greenway's playing. It's just that he's on the top line. That's my
issue is that he's playing. He does not deserve to be in this lineup right now.
I was just looking at the fourth line again today because I forgot exactly what it is. They got Krebs and Kozak. It's on the same line again. They got 2 fourth-line centers on the wing. I already went a rant about
Is Mallenstein
going to
get scratched?
Ago. No, it's Mallenstein, Krebs, and Kozak.
All right, Dunn's scratched.
So
he's
you got 2 centers.
He'll be in the lineup. He'll be in the lineup Tuesday. Matt, dude, if he plays on the top line Tuesday night, oh my god, that'd be so funny.
Dude, I would really hope that the organization was smart enough to understand that even in the most ideal situation.
Hold on, could you say that again?
What?
One more time from the top.
I said wait, no, I said wish, right?
No.
Damn it. All right.
Hope is a shitty strategy.
That's the first time I've caught it in God knows how long.
I wish that the organization would understand that even in the most ideal situations, like look at some of the top teams in the league, it's never going to work out perfectly dollars and cents wise in your head on paper. It is never going to correlate 100%. And I feel like that's what this team is trying to do. They're trying to justify every single monetary decision with playing time and time on ice. And it doesn't work. It's just not how this league operates. It's not how teams should operate. You got to be more versatile and adaptive. You got to understand when something is a sunk cost and you kind of just have to move it along. It frustrates the crap out of me.
This team doesn't understand the term sunk costs.
Clearly no.
All right, anything else? Just want to say that in his time here, Noah Östlund has the 6th best expected goal share on the team. 2nd best expected goals against per 60 numbers. Okay. Think that basically does it on a team basis. I think we've covered everything to this point. Christian.
Yes.
You were away last week.
Mm-hmm.
You were in another city, as a matter of fact, in another city's stadium.
I was in.
Did you?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. Tell the people where you were.
I know what you're gonna say. Like, did I try the tendies?
Did you try any food? The people want to know.
I did. I tried the tendies. I said I was gonna make it a habit. If I'm going to like.
Who's tendies?
I was at the Pittsburgh Steelers Buffalo Bills game last Sunday, so I was at I guess it's called Accushire now. Accushire or Accushire? Accushire. That is a mouthful.
Sure.
Are we asking JP? Is JP the guy for the pronunciation?
I don't know. We might have to get a fact. We might have to get a fact check on that. I think it's Accushire.
It's literally spelled ACRI, then sure. So
Accushire. Whatever. I was at Heinz Field on last Sunday, a week ago today. And mind you, before I get into the food, I drove back immediately after the game, and I drove through a blizzard in upstate, in northern Pennsylvania. There was like a snow band coming off the lake. I drove through straight blizzard and no lines on the road for an hour. It was hell. But while I was down there, I did get to try the tendies at Heinz Field. And I gotta say, they were similar. They were similar to the Sabres ones. It was ground chicken, straight up tendies. Wasn't like the Dallas Stars where it was kind of like, the pull apart chicken. And it came with a basket of fries on the side too. I didn't try. I know a big thing down in Pittsburgh. I didn't get to try, unfortunately, but I kind of wanted to. They put a lot of like fries and stuff in their sandwiches. Not really familiar with any of that. I know in Rochester they have like the garbage plate where they kind of do a lot of like crazy stuff, but did not get to try that. But yeah, had a tendies basket, and if I'm putting it up against the Sabres, it is close. But I think with the Sabres you get more. I think I had 4. I think with the Sabres you get 5. So I got to go with the Sabres here. I got to go with the Sabres. Still number one in my heart.
Still reigns supreme.
Still reigns supreme. Also, when you're outside, like when you're in an arena, more of a controlled temperature environment. If you're in the concourse, I was out. Like Pittsburgh's stadium is outside. It is like almost as open as the Bills stadium, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like the 300 sections, they're just 2 strips on the side, and they're like they go up into the sky. It looks like probably the old Oranges in the Odd. They go vertical into the air, and then it's just one bowl around, and it felt like I was at a Bills game. Like the wind was whipping, super cold, probably why I got sick last week. That's besides the point. But the tendies, they went cold pretty quick, and by pretty quick I mean very quick. I probably had 10 minutes to eat them, and they were frozen. So kind of knocked some points for the environmental vibes, but It was fun. Game was a little frustrating, but it was fun. It was a good time.
Did you listen to our episode last week?
Yes.
What did you think about us
Hold on. What did we
invading-
review last week?
I can't what?
What did we did a Christian's Cafeteria last week?
Why am I
What did
not
we do it
remembering
on?
this segment?
Well, that's what
my
I was about
God.
to bring up. What did you think of us invading
Here,
your segment?
I'll
and
give you
how
a
did we do?
hint. I'll give you a hint.
Yeah.
Oh, right, the beer saber. Dude,
Oh yeah. All right. All right.
dude, I need to try one of those. I'm so pissed I haven't been to a game and gotten a beer saber.
Yeah. Well, if you did listen, my word of advice is get there 2 hours before puck drop.
Mhm.
Yeah, the lines were extremely long, right?
I
And
waited 45 minutes.
It was only one section. It was like 116, right? It's like
It's
outside
only
119.
one spot.
119.
119. Yep.
Yeah.
It's the blue zone over there.
I waited
The only
45 minutes. I missed 3 Devils goals,
You didn't miss much then.
but I got my beer saber. I did
Mhm.
get it.
Is it hanging on your wall now?
Yeah, it's right above my bed. I look at it. It's the last thing I see before I close my eyes every night.
Oh man. But yeah.
You didn't try anything. You just tried the tendies there. Didn't get everything else.
No,
You
because
didn't
when we
give anything else a gander.
when we went, so I was only there for like 24 hours. I drove down with my family, and we brought because a lot of them a lot of that part of the family, they lived in Buffalo, and some of them are from Syracuse. So we brought Bocce's Pizza down. So I've had that a million times, and I'm sure a lot of people who listen to this have had Bocce's Pizza before. But we brought that down. That's what we had for dinner, and then the next day we just made breakfast and then just went right to the game and then left from there. So I only had the tendies. Did not get to sample too much of Pittsburgh's finest food, unfortunately.
What about the people you were with? What did they all get tendies?
Yeah,
Everybody got tendies?
my brother got tendies, and I think that was it. Kind of a lame episode. Sorry,
Nobody
guys.
else ate there. You guys just starve yourself.
I can't remember what Ethan got. Maybe he got like
He just
pizza or
drank.
something.
Yeah, I was gonna say he just drank to forget. Doesn't even remember the
No,
game.
he had a flight the next morning, like 4:30, or like super early. So, but yeah, sorry, kind of a lame episode of the Cafeteria here, guys. There's more
Ours
tendies.
is better.
That's it.
Nah,
I think that'll wrap.
We
I
can't
think
have
that'll wrap
we
that
can't
one
have a
up.
Christian's Cafeteria without Christian. It felt dirty last week.
It did,
Felt wrong.
but it was.
It was the beer
we had to
saber
do
though.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
We were gonna
the
wait
only
for
one-
Christian to get back to a game.
Yeah.
Got to try something new at the arena. I just don't know what. I always kind of run into something.
Yeah, they got a lot.
I always run into something.
Yeah.
2 foot. I'm gonna eat all the 2 foot nachos next time I go.
The nachos would be a good one.
Do I have to eat the whole 2 feet of nachos?
Yes.
Well,
Is that
what
even
do
a
you
question?
think? Yeah. Well,
God damn it.
I got a TikTok popped up on my For You page the other day, and it was from the Sabres themselves. They had some influencers that they invited out to like a suite, and they were trying this ghost pepper wing. And I just can't help but think to myself, why are we not being called upon for food reviews? We are their greatest ambassadors for concessions. This is ridiculous.
we really are.
We really do
We
talk
never
highly
say anything
about them,
negative.
man.
Yeah.
We have not had a negative review about any of their food products.
We say a lot of other negative stuff, though. That's
It's the
probably
most
why
positive parts.
they don't
It's-
reach
it's-
out.
It's the most positive parts of our episodes.
It is.
Yeah, probably. Which is sad, but it's also kind of nice at the same time.
Yeah, that's for anybody listening in. Let them know. Let them know that you want us as their
Christian specifically.
yeah, just Christian. Yeah,
You're gonna force me to eat all the food.
There-
new food item every game.
Here's the
Oh
thing.
no,
If
you're
they
gonna
had
force me to eat food. My steak's too juicy, guys. Sorry.
If they had me on to do that, I wouldn't have liked the food. So there's a good chance I wouldn't like the food they want me to review. So it's got to be Christian.
You guys got mac and cheese anywhere?
Ooh.
They actually do have mac and cheese. I did find that out. It's at the barbecue place. I haven't tried the barbecue place.
Is that on the
but
100s?
Yeah, we walk by that every time.
Oh, is that like that South? Isn't it called like South something barbecue?
I think it's just Southern barbecue.
Just think about this one day though, because like we're trying like food items, where we can get them. Just imagine someday we're gonna get season tickets in the 200s for one season, and then our menu is just going to widen up immediately. Think of all the Christian's cafeterias we could have with a 200 level menu.
The 200 level.
Ice cream reviews.
I have eaten an ice cream sandwich. They're pretty good. I had one when
There you go.
Tage had that goal against Dallas. I missed it because I was eating an ice cream sandwich.
I do remember
That was
that.
last year.
Yep. All right. Another successful Christian's Cafeteria. JP, you are up. We have a full slate of Sabres games this week, for better or for worse. Let's hear about them.
Yes, we do. It is week 10. We're 2.5 months into the season. We have 4 games this week. It's the last 4 games of their 6-game road trip. These are all Sabres After Dark games. We still don't have a regulation win on the road, and we do have 3 days off after their 4th game this week. But they play Calgary on Monday, and they have a back-to-back because they play Edmonton on Tuesday, Vancouver on Thursday, and then Seattle on Sunday. So the Sabres are at Calgary Monday night at 9 p.m. This will be on MSG. The Flames are 11-15-4, 7th in the Central. But since and including when they beat us, they are 6-3 in their last 9. So we got them going. They lost to Carolina in OT, lost to Nashville, and then beat Minnesota and Utah this past week. They are currently tied with us in points. Their power play is 32nd in the league. Their penalty kill is 6th. Their goaltenders, Dustin Wolf and Devin Cooley, have pretty much been splitting the net since they beat us. But Wolf did play the last 2 games and actually played pretty good. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was Wolf, but I would probably say it's going to be Devin Cooley with how good he played against us. But Wolf is 8-12-2 and 8.99, 2.9 goals against, negative 1.4 goal save above expected, which is 61st in the league, which is just above Ellis. And then Devin Cooley is 3-3-2, a 9.20, 2.17 goals against, a 10.8 goal save above expected, which is 10th in the league. Injuries, Zane Perek and Martin Popsel. They're both week to week, expect to return late December. That's how they got. Nazem Kadri leads the team in points with 5 goals and 18 assists in 30 games. Rasmus Anderson is second on their team with 20 points, and Coronado and Frost both have 16. Jonathan Huberdeau has 14 points in 25 games, and the only former Sabre they have is Devin Cooley. My key of the game is to win a road game in regulation and try and split with Calgary this year.
The key to the game is to win. I love it. I love
The
it.
key to the game is to win.
Just win.
Then the Sabres play a back-to-back at Edmonton Tuesday night at 9 p.m. This will be on MSG. The Oilers are 13-11-5, fourth in the Pacific. They won their last game against Nashville on Saturday. And they lost to Minnesota and beat Seattle and Winnipeg this past week. That Nashville, I don't think that's correct. That might be an old note. They scored 15 goals in their last 2 wins. So they are heating up on the goal-scoring track, and I believe McDavid had a hat trick in one of those games. They don't play tomorrow, so we are at a disadvantage on the second half of a back-to-back. Their power play is second in the league at 33.3%. Their penalty kill is 18th in the league. Their goaltenders are still Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. Skinner is 10-8-3, and 889, 2.86, and he's 4.7 goal save above expected, which is actually 30th, so he's above league average. Pickard is 3-3-2, and 851, 4.04 goals against, a negative 2.1 goal save above expected, which is 64th, and that's just below Colton Ellis. Their injuries: Ryan Nugent-Hopkins was activated last week. He didn't play against us the first game. Jake Wallman is day-to-day, but he should be back against us. And Noah Phillip and Connor Clattenburg are both day-to-day, not expected to be back against us. Then Jack Roslovic, who's 5th on their team in points, and Kasperi Kapanen are both week-to-week and will not return until late December. McDavid has 14 goals and 28 assists in 29 games, second most points in the league. He has 28 points in his last 17 games. Once again, McDavid has scored the least amount of points against the Sabres compared to every team. We held him pointless in the first game against us this year. He only has 19 points in 17 games against us. Draisaitl has 17 goals and 20 assists, which is the 7th most points, 6th most goals. Same as McDavid, he does not do that much against the Sabres. He has 18 points in 20 games against us. He had an assist against us earlier this year. Bouchard has 27 points in 22 assists. He's 2 goals and 22 assists in 27 games. Nugent-Hopkins has 4 points in his last 2 games back from the IR. Isaac Howard, I'm bringing him up. He was sent back to the AHL last month, and he only had 3 points in 17 games after all of the bitching he did to get traded to an NHL team. Former Sabre Matthew Savoy has 6 goals and 4 assists in 29 games. He does have 3 goals in his last 2 games. In his most recent game, he was on the second line with Draisaitl and Podkolzin. So another Savoy rematch. Hopefully we can keep him off the scoreboard. And then they also have Curtis Lazar, 2 goals in 13 games. Once again, this was the same as my preview for the other game, the key of the game. If you shut down McDavid and Draisaitl and don't give them power plays, you have a good chance to win this game. And once again, try to win a road game in regulation. Then the Sabres are at Vancouver Thursday night at 10 p.m. Christian will not be awake for this whole game, and this was on MSG. The Canucks are 11-15-3, 8th in the Pacific, second last in the league, which is only 1 point behind the Sabres.
So scheduled loss.
Very, very likely. They beat Minnesota on Saturday, but they were on a 4-game losing streak prior to that, losing to the Sharks, Kings, Avalanche, and Utah. They play Detroit Monday, but then they have off 2 days in between our games. So once again, we're at the rest disadvantage. Their power play is 13th, penalty kill is 29th. Their goaltenders right now are Kevin Lankinen and Nikita Tolopilo. Thatcher Demko is currently on the IR,
Shocking.
but he could return against us. And he's been pretty solid this year. He's 5-4, .903, 2.8 goals against, and 23rd in the league in goal save above expected. But he is still in the IR as of today. If he does not play, it will probably be Lankinen, who's 4-9-3 and 881, 3.4 goals against, and he's basically break even for goal save above expected, which is basically middle of the league. And then Tolo Pilo's 2-1, 905, 3.04, and he's 34th in the league at goal save above expected. Their injuries, they have quite a few of them. Demko, Elias Pettersson, the forward, maybe future Sabre, Teddy Bluger, or future Sabre Elias Pettersson, Teddy Bluger, Pierre Olivier Joseph, Niels Hoglander, Jet Wu, and Philip Scheidel. That's not how you say his name. Is it?
Who?
He's a good player. Philip, is it Scheidel? That's not how you say it.
Philip
Hedel. Oh my God, I would have never guessed that. They're all day to day, and they could return against us. Derek Forbert and Guillaume Brisebois are week to week and could return late December. Their biggest storyline, and this is one of the biggest storylines in the entire league right now, is one of the best defensemen in the league, Quinn Hughes. He has 2 goals and 20 assists in 24 games this year. He is a free agent after this year, so there is a lot of trade rumors about him right now, considering where they're at in the standings. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets traded at the deadline or just what they do about this. There's been a lot of rumors, so curious to see if something will actually progress. Elias Pettersson, the forward. The one funny thing about the Canucks is out of the 3 Petterssons in the league, they're all on the Canucks. They have another Elias Pettersson, he's a defenseman, and then they have another Pettersson. I have no idea what his first name is, but he's also a defenseman. But the $11 million Elias Pettersson has 8 goals and 14 assists in 28 games. Kiefer Sherwood, Philip Hronek, and Brock Besser have 16 points. Their former Sabres, Evander Kane, who has 15 points in 28 games, and Tyler Myers, who has 7 points and is a -9 in 29 games.
Tyler Myers, the last bastion of the Sabres playoffs.
Yep. Key to the game, win a road game in regulation. Then the Sabres play at Seattle Sunday night at 8 p.m. This will be on MSG. Do the Bills play at 1 next week? I know it's against the Patriots.
I think it might be a 4 o'clock
Is
game.
it really? Let's see this. They play...
No,
it's
it is
a
1 o'clock.
game.
Yeah.
So
One Buffalo weekend.
we'll have one Buffalo day.
Yes.
We'll have
There
one
we
Buffalo
go.
day, maybe.
There we go.
The Kraken are 12-9-6, 6th in the Pacific, only 2 points above us. They're currently on a 5-game losing streak, with losing to the Islanders, Dallas, Edmonton twice, and Detroit. They do play Minnesota, the Kings, and Utah before us. Their power play is 22nd, and their PK is 32nd, so their special teams are not doing that good. Their goalies are Joey Decord and Philip Grubauer. Decord is 7-7-4, 891, 2.99, and he's 67th in the league at goal save above expected. Grubauer is 4-0-1, 895, 2.63, 1.9 goal save above expected, which is 40th. Their injuries, Matt Murray, he was actually getting starts before this. Matt Murray and Jaden Schwartz are week to week and should return at the end of December or beginning of January. And Capo Caco was just recently activated off the IR.
Sabre killer.
Jordan Eberle and Matty Beniers are tied for the team lead at points at 16 points in 26 games. And Vince Dunn has 14. Chandler Stevenson, one of the best contracts in the league, has 13 points. That's sarcasm. and Shane Wright has 12 points. So they remind me of looking at Calgary's numbers because they just don't have many producers at all on their team. I mean, I guess at least Calgary is Kadri, who's over 20 points, but their lead is Eberle and Beniers at 16 points. Former Sabres, Brandon Montour has 6 goals and 9 assists in 22 games. And John Hayden is in their organization. He has 3 games, no points, but he's in the AHL right now.
Classic.
Legend.
But
Who's
he's
the
in
GM of this
AHL.
team again?
What'd you say?
So who's the GM of this team again?
Oh.
This team sucks.
old-
They are bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like truly some bottle roll teams having a decent start in terms of record fizzle away because they are actually bad under the hood. Sorry.
They are.
If there's any Kraken fans listening, it's not you. It's the GM. I hate the GM. He deserves
Yep.
this.
And there were people justifying that hiring around in NHL circles, not even like Seattle fans.
I am
in
aware.
NHL
I've
circles.
seen,
I'm aware.
you've seen the tweets. They're pretty atrocious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My key to this game: take advantage of their bad special teams and win a road game in regulation.
Noticing a
Overall,
trend.
if you want to be a serious team this week, this is not a hard week at all. Like the Oilers are solid, but they're really not playing. They're not playing the best. But the other 3 teams are towards the bottom of the league. Like Seattle, Calgary, and Vancouver are not good. If you want to be serious, at the very least, you have to take 3 or 4.
I can't wait after
Smells
the
like
episode
1
we
and 3
just
to me.
had. I can't wait till the episode that we just had. We come back next Monday, and they've rattled off 3 or 4.
I mean, they should.
Coming
3
home,
of these teams suck.
That would put them back at 500. I can't wait. It's
Mhm.
so funny. This team's so predictable.
Yeah. They should win at the very least 3 because these teams suck. But then again, we don't have a road win in regulation. It's been 29 games this year. So as far as I know, we could go like 1, 2, and 1. I don't know. It's just
It's tough out there, man.
I don't know.
It's tough away from
We'll
home.
see. I guess so. But yeah, that's it. So we got Calgary Monday at 9, Edmonton Tuesday at 9, Vancouver Thursday at 10, and Seattle Sunday at 8 p.m. Go win some games
Well
in
done.
regulation.
Well done as always,
preferably.
JP.
A very full week ahead. Maybe I don't know. I feel like we keep saying this. Oh, a big week, last chance to get back into it. I don't know. What I do know is that they should win these games, 3 or 4, if they want to be a serious team.
Yep.
But they do keep finding ways to not do that. So we will just have to see how this all plays out.
Yep.
7 points out of a playoff spot now it's 7 points out of a divisional spot. It is now 8 points to get into a wild card spot. So that lead continues to climb.
4 points behind the next team.
Yeah. Only team in the conference under 500. Worst goal differential in the conference. These are things that should not have gotten to this point given how the advanced numbers look, but this is where they are. So it is not about being a good team. They kind of have to be a great team from here on out.
Yep.
Yep.
Big leagues are calling. Pick up.
The crust is calling.
The crest is
Will
calling.
you answer?
Yeah.
So on that note, thank you very much for listening. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at the Sabre Report, also on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook at the Sabre Report. If you listen to this on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell us what you thought down in the comments. A lot of thoughts about the Östlund stuff in this one, line combinations, everything. Tell us what you thought, and we always do read them. Go give our friends over at the Buffalo Sports Talk podcast a listen. A huge win by the Buffalo Bills today over the Cincinnati Bengals. Our friends over there will be sure to have a nice recap, breakdown, and preview of what is going to be their biggest game of the season against New England in New England next Sunday. They always do great stuff, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. If you want updates for the pod, you can follow us at Sabre Report Pod on Twitter. If you guys have nothing else to add, thank you guys once again for listening. JP, I can tell you want to say something Bandits related. I already know.
No, I wasn't going to say anything Bandits related. The only thing I was thinking was, did you see that one Chicago reporter saying that their tank was successful based off their start this year, even though they've like the worst analytics in the league?
They have followed that up with like two of the most dominant losses for the other team.
It looks like Niagara Falls. The deserved a window meter for the Anaheim game was 99.1%.
I've never seen this before. The deserved to win-o-meter was damn near 100% for Anaheim tonight. That's incredible. I've never seen that.
Oh my God.
This tweet, stats after the second period. The Ducks were up 5-0. Shot attempts were 66-26 in favor of Anaheim. Shots on goal were 43-13 in favor of Anaheim. Scoring chances were 33-7 in favor of Anaheim. High danger chances were in favor 21-1.
What was the score?
That was the second period.
What was the score?
7-1 was the final.
That sounds about right.
My God. Ducks being good is kind of cool.
Yeah.
I just wish someone else was coaching them. All right. We will talk to you guys next time. Take care. And as always, go Sabres.
Go Sabres.
Go Sabres.